this? Do you need me the way you say you do? Treading lightly through the water, through the light and darkness. If I'm not careful, my love might consume you, pulling me back into my body. I wanna take my time with you. Your lips are gonna haunt me. If what you say is true, pulling me back into my body. I'm just a dead man walking. I'm just a pawn, but nothing hurts better than you. Pulling me back into my body. I'm just a dead man walking. I'm just a pawn, but nothing hurts better than you. Pulling me. Pulling me. Are we doomed to the fate laid out before us? Can you lift us with a single kiss? Standing on the edge of an ever-growing abyss. Does it really have to end like this? Pulling you back into my body. I wanna take my time with you. Your lips are gonna haunt me. If what you say is true, pulling me back into my body. I'm just a dead man walking. I'm just a pawn, but nothing hurts better than you. Pulling me. I'm pulling me. Pulling me. If what you say is true, pulling me back into my body. I'm just a dead man walking. I'm just a pawn, but nothing hurts better than you. Nothing hurts better than you. Yeah, nothing hurts better than you.
Oh, I'm so late. I'm so super late, but it's okay, guys. We're here. We're here, and we're going to do this. Let's do it.
Distance nerding.
Hey! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the tardiness. What are we, 8 minutes late? I'm so sorry.
Where's the bell of shame? Ding! Shame. Ding!
Shame.
We just have Say Wong that tells us on Friday.
Yeah. Say Wong shames us.
Yeah.
Well, Say Wong's not in the chat right now, so I mean, he's not shaming me for being 8 minutes late. Guys, I'm sorry. I got off of work late. It is all my fault, but we're here. You are now watching The Build on Distance Nerding. And, right? I know. I'm super late as it is, right? Just through this.
I feel like they're in the same room. Force, let's be in the same room together.
Yeah, we are in the same room. We're trying to figure out technical difficulties. We haven't been able to fix everything, but guys, I'm trying to get everything situated and all whatnot. Again, guys, I apologize for everything going on. I got home maybe about 10 minutes before we were supposed to get on, which means I still had to get out of my work uniform and set up Jackie and everything like that. Yes, we're in the same room because she still has to finish the orchid before I get in on this week's build. Ladies and gentlemen, the new build.
Yes.
As voted on by everybody in the Distance Nerdington post, I am starting the Atari 2600 today, and it is going to be glorious.
Yeah,
right?
baby.
Now, before we jump into all that, because we do have a guest on tonight, and I do want to get him on. But before we jump into the guest, of course, we got to talk about all of the housekeeping. We got to talk about who keeps us going. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're unaware by now who does everything for us, right? It's guys, we are brought to you. This entire channel is brought to you by Poddex. Yes, that's it. Poddex, our unique interview episode Sorry, I lost my place right there. It's unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Now, guys, use the code nerding10 to get 10% off your order. I promise you it is worth it. I literally used it at a work event yesterday, and it worked. It was
Excellent.
great,
Nice.
right? Excellent.
Also, we got to make a huge shout out to Dubby.
Oh, wait. Something for that.
Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin and sugar, no fillers, artificial colors, or dyes. Dubby is very, 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 very low sugar and basically keto safe. You may be asking yourself, however, what makes Dubby different from other gaming supplements? Well, I'm going to answer that for you right now. Dubby is one of the few drinks that contains Neurofactor, a nootropic derived from coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and count them 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. And also use the code nerding10 for 10% off at checkout. And Master Roshi, was there anything else? Well, of course, Dubby is what keeps all of my perversion completely fueled, baby. It's part of my training, and that's how we roll.
Over at the on Turtle Island.
Right back at the Dubby is part of the Turtle Hermit way.
Right, just hanging out on Turtle Island, and abusing children.
It's the Kame house.
Abusing children.
Pig, grab a dick.
So bad. All right, guys. With all the fun that we're having right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to bring on a guest. Now, he's been on before, but they've got another new announcement that we want to do here, and we're just going to have a whole bunch of fun. So without further ado, let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pork Chop Express and one of the producers of Night of the Chihuahuas, great comic book. Graveyard, you read that comic too, so you know what it's all about, right?
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring on the one, the only, the great, our boy, Nate.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, Nate? How's it going, man?
No, it's going good. I got my my Lucharillas, rocking the Lucharillas.
I'm rocking Lucharillas too.
Mozzarella. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
I bought it. He didn't give it to me, but
I'm rocking the generic Lucharilla shirt right now. Look at that.
Hey, if you get bootleg, I got mine at the swap meet.
Oh, you actually got yours live?
Yeah.
Nice.
How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Just trying to get through everything, get through the shows, and be as entertaining as possible,
Right on.
All right, we got Comics in More, New Jersey saying say hi to everybody.
Hey
That's
there.
Heather. Hi, Heather.
Oh, there we go. All right, that's great, man. How's everything with you? How's and you got I almost gave it away, but how's your guys' thing going, man?
The thing.
Yeah.
So we're doing this thing on Kickstarter, and we're doing crowdfunding, trying to raise money to finish issues 4 and 5. We are at $2,600. Yay!
Oh,
I was waiting for him to do the anything.
where is it? I lost it.
Which
anything? That's great podcasting right there. This is what.
which in one way $2,600 is good. Our goal was $1,000, and it takes more than that to finish one issue. So a little bit of learning, a lot of learning, and happy that we've raised some money, and I'm going to take a little break after this and try to think about what's next and how to proceed. So but But issue 4, Eric Ruiz, he is rocking issue 4. Love it.
Is Eric draw? Is he doing the art for issue 4?
Yes, he is.
I'm watching that. I'm getting that book for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of it. We have issue 3 finished. If you guys remember the Chizilla, which is part Chihuahua, part Godzilla.
Yeah.
And also the Chihuahua Smalls cover will be coming out next month in just about a week. So
yeah, it's funny. I used the Chihuahua Smalls for the announcement for your episode.
nice.
I love that picture, man. Like, there's so much, just something about Christopher Wallace as a Chihuahua is great.
The cool thing is we got these. So there's different materials to print on, and there's something called gold linen. So all of the highlights in white are this kind of like rich gold color. So we did that cover with the gold linen, and it looks spectacular.
I imagine it does, man. If you guys don't see me kind of moving around in the background, it's because I forgot to actually make my W. So I am doing Big Energy Tears and Dragonade tonight.
Oh, look at you
Nice.
mixing it up like
Yeah,
a fiend.
So it's going to be a blue raspberry dragon fruit lemonade.
Nice.
And it was
Meanwhile, I'll be enjoying my water.
I know. Right?
Yep.
Cheers.
It's too
See,
late.
Nate knows what's up.
It's too late for us to be drinking caffeine.
Yeah.
I know. I was gonna say
They're on the East Coast, so it's all just death for them. Meanwhile,
So
here on the West Coast, I'm not going to sleep until 2:00 tonight, so it's fine. It's fine.
Nate, is your Kickstarter still live?
yeah, we've got 1 week left.
1 week left? Do we have a link for
Nice.
that somewhere?
I don't know. It's bit.ly/killer dogs, capital K, capital D. I should have sent you that. I'm sorry.
No worries, dude. If you shoot that to me, I'll post a link tonight on our story.
Okay.
Man, I was about to say, Kakarot, post that in the chat now.
Can I?
In the chat now.
In
Yeah.
the chat.
If you send it to the private chat, I'll copy and paste it into the chat.
Sweet.
Okay. It's hard to keep on top of all this stuff, social media and.
Oh yeah,
getting
trust
this
me, I know.
there. Yeah. There you go.
Sweet. So yeah, your guys' Kickstarter went live. And you guys have already met goal.
Yeah, we have actually Heather for Comics and More New Jersey has been a champ working with us and helping us do marketing. And the idea is to set the goal at 1,000 and then hopefully let the algorithms pull us up since we have met our goal. So it's all a learning process. I still don't fully understand algorithms, but
Right.
I'm not sure if anyone really does. They could talk about it, but there's the general idea makes sense. But when you get into the specifics, I get lost, honestly. So,
Right. So has issue 3 come out yet?
in a week.
In a week.
When we finish the campaign, the people that order on Kickstarter will be sending out their orders, and then we'll be sending out to stores and orders online. There is one store that has issue 3. We went up to Hawaii, and I took some copies out there, and the guy from Other Realms bought all that we had, so that's kind of cool. Figured I wouldn't get out there in an easy shot, so I just took issue 3 and said okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's great, man. How's everything else been going with you guys as far as like marketing and just kind of getting out there, man? You guys been doing more cons?
We have a con this weekend, it's a small one. We have another one in February.
Mhm.
We are going to be near you guys. I think we'll maybe even see you at SACCon in March. And David, the author, is going to Mile High Comics to do an event there in Denver. And I think we're also going to, is it Fan Expo Houston or Dallas? And that's going to be coming up in a couple months, I believe. So trying to run the gambit, having a lot of help from different people. Rob at Aquatis Comics is seems like he's always looking out for us. Really appreciate that guy.
That's great. And I mean, again, it's I want to see you guys thrive. Like, and not that you're not already, but I mean, like, your guys' book is so good, especially for like people who are into horror comics and like that kind of like almost comedic twist of like, being attacked by by rabid chihuahuas, so it's like, not just rabid chihuahuas, but like, like mutated, monstrous, I'm going to kill you chihuahuas. Yeah.
Yeah. I got this. You didn't see this last time, but I had this made.
Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
That is sick.
Yes. So you got the Blade 2 field jaws and
right.
Yes, mutated for sure.
What was that dog's name? Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man as a chihuahua. Remember, he was a Pomeranian in Blade.
In Blade, yeah.
Yeah.
You made a goddamn vampire Pomeranian?
Yeah. So yeah, the I guess the whole thing about thriving is a good little thought. If I can talk on it for a second, is that like I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not being held. My hand isn't being held by anyone, and I'm not saying that in a boastful way. I just don't know what to do sometimes.
Right.
And you guys show us love here, and when we meet people, it's good, but it's really like translating the actual person picking it up and buying it. So it's and I'm not how do I say it? It's just more challenging than I thought it would be. And there's a lot of aspects to it. Like we were talking about, you said social media is hard, trying to keep up with that in itself is like a job.
Right.
So,
no, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So I appreciate all the love and shout outs that you guys give and sharing. And it's just a lot of work. And I guess I don't see the end game, like I don't want to sound like a bummer. I just, I just don't know. You ever get to a point with something and you're like, I don't know what to do next.
Yeah,
it's like
that happens with me all the time, man. I know exactly what that feeling is.
Yeah, that's kind of, to be honest, is right now is when this Kickstarter ends. I don't know what to do next. I wish I had the answers. We're gonna finish issue 4, and I think I'm gonna take a little break and try to get it because I could keep dumping money into it. It's good to get into new stores and meet people and go to cons, but the money, it's not a big amount of money, So
right.
Talking to people about like going to Image or different things like that. I don't really fully understand what happens or how it happens. So
are you guys have been talking with Image?
I've been talking to somebody that from what I know works for Image,
okay,
as an artist, and I've heard and been told a lot of things, and they all sound great until I'm, I don't know, positioned to have a conversation like that. You have to have a minimum order of however many tens of thousands of books, and then you go into Diamond distribution, and it sounds like it would get I would get swept away quickly in a bunch of information that I don't really know anything about.
Right. And I mean, I know Diamond made it easier during the pandemic specifically. They made it easier for independent comics to be able to get distribution. I'm sure they started some new program, and I remember it was like a big deal where like it's specifically for independent comics that are trying to get distribution.
See, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, there is a program that they have for that. On top of that, I mean, like there's a couple of different companies that you could probably look into. Like, Image is a big deal because they're a huge comic company that deals in nothing but indie comics. But I mean, I would look into IDW. I would look into God, there's a couple of different independent brands that are good about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
So I've read some of the submission qualifications, and I had seen that you need like 3 issues done. So now we have 3 issues. Did you guys? Can I jump? How much time do I have?
As much time as you want, dude. Go.
Because I Graveyard, you read issue 2.
Yeah.
And we looked at the end of the issue. It changed artists. Did we talk about that briefly last time?
I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
So, okay, I'm going to ask for you guys' flat out blatant opinion. If you could pull up some images, I could show you, or however you'd want to do it. We finished 30 pages with an artist named RC Torres. RC had to move on. So what do you do with 30 pages? Well,
Right.
We made 2 issues, 16 pages each, and we asked another artist to come on. So he finished 2 pages at the end of issue 2 and went on to take over issue 3. Well, we couldn't get our money together fast enough to keep him on board. So now we're having Eric do issue 4. Part of me feels like it's not the best job how do I say it? Most people want to see consistency in artwork.
Right.
We have a great story. It's a lot of fun. The artwork is still good, I think. But like as a business, do you just throw away all your money because it's not going your way, or do you still try to make something out of it? Do you have issue 2 anywhere in hand or close by?
I actually do have some screen grabs, and that's kind of what I'm looking right now.
I know you're building.
No, actually, so Jackie's building right now.
Oh, that's Jackie. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I can see it.
So would you mind throwing it up?
Yeah, I don't mind at all. I'm actually looking for huh? Yeah, no, I'm looking for the picture. Oh. She was saying that she had already told me to put it on screen. I'm actually what I'm doing right now is actually just trying to find 2 good like examples. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm looking specifically for one character, the
Leon.
Yeah, well, no, the hillbilly.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah, so
Yes.
like because I've got the first bit of artwork with him, and you can kind of like see like how the artwork was done with him, and then that last page where everything got kind of changed out and it was different artwork, and you can clearly see like it's different artwork. So I am shooting that to my laptop right now, waiting for my laptop to download it, and I'll throw them on screen for you.
And I mean I'm open. I'm really open to hear different people's opinions. I figure getting out in a format like this, you get feedback, and I'm pretty sure we're going to finish no matter what. I hope that whatever fans we do generate will enjoy it, enjoy the different artwork, be forgiving a little bit. And when we do a trade paperback, we'll just have each section, artwork by this person. So
right.
I one time took a film class one time, and I actually really liked the class, and I really liked the movies that they picked. I swear this has a point. We watched this movie, and it was a good movie. At the time, I could have told you all about it. At the end of the movie, the instructor says, "So what did you guys notice about the movie?" And we said all these different things. And anyways, long story short, the main woman character was played by 2 different actresses, and nobody noticed.
Wow.
What?
Nobody noticed until he pointed it out. It was like somehow it was like a foreign film too. So I think that was part of the reason why like nobody noticed, because we were reading subtitles. But nobody noticed that the main woman character was played by two different actresses who, when you went back and looked at it, didn't even look alike. So I guess my point of that is there's people who pay attention to detail, and then there's people that just pay attention to the story.
Well, there's a pretty stark contrast from the artist in the first part to the second part. And I appreciate your example. So yeah, that this is artwork by R.C. Torres.
Right. And see if I can find here. So specifically Johnny, right?
Yeah, that's Johnny.
Right. So if I bring in the other one, sorry, I'm on my page.
Is it the page with him like right before the end of their driving off into the trail?
Right.
Yeah. Yep. There it is.
Wow.
So hold on, how do you pronounce your name? Forzi?
Fours.
Forz? What do you think, Forz? You've never seen this before. What's your reaction? Flat out honest.
Honestly, it's a style I've not seen in a good long time. It kind of takes me back to the 80s a little bit. It's really cool. I dig it.
But okay, so here's Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And if I go back to the other page here,
Mhm.
you'll see what Leon, like the difference in what Leon looks like in there and what he looks like from the other artist here. So
Okay.
back again.
Okay. I mean, so honestly, I'm I'm taken back to the 90s when I was collecting comics, and X-Men and X-Force and X-Factor were notorious for this. They would have probably 3, maybe 4 different artists between each issue, and
Right.
like I specifically recall one issue where like Psylocke had like this twin, right? And she was drawn with this wavy silvery purple hair. And then in the next issue, she had like this full blown dark purple perm, and the art was totally different, but it was the same character. But yeah, I'm like, I don't think you need to worry about people being forgiving. First of all, the art styles aren't too terribly different.
Right.
People know what the heck is going on.
Like the shading is probably like one of the biggest noticeable things is the difference in like the shading that the two artists have.
And the anatomy, the eyes are a little smaller on the second frame there, and I mean it's still the same characters. I mean it's really, people aren't gonna be like freaking out. People freak out over really old stuff they believe is done wrong in their eyes. You know what I mean? Like they freak out if Superman's drawn not their way. Like remember when Superman went from like the red undies to not having the red undies and people flipped? It's stuff like that, like those types of changes. This is perfectly normal in comic world. I dig it. I dig both styles.
I don't want to be rude. I was trying to look at my phone to send a picture that Eric, or page that Eric has done, because to Eric's credit, he really took both and blended them. He brought the shading back in and like honored the mixture of the two. And like we're so happy to work with Eric. Eric is an amazing artist and person, and I'm really excited to see where he goes. But I could dig for that picture, but I don't want to take away from the show.
No, that's fine, man. I mean, really, this part of the show is really just anything you want to talk about, anything you want to highlight. So
I'll give you something else. I just sent you a picture, and I'm a little, what's the right word? I don't know. Frustrated. If you pull up, I just sent you a picture on Instagram.
Yeah, I just downloaded it, so I'm getting that put up.
If you put that up, and I'll tell you a little story, and it like hurt my heart. I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to have hearts in comic book making land, but
Oh yeah.
You're supposed to
when
have
I-
this is a project that you put your heart and soul into, man. Between
Yeah.
you and just David and everybody that's a part of this project, man. Like you guys put so much into this. You should be very emotional for this. You know, this is something that means a lot to you.
Wow.
Wow. I
no,
like it.
check it out. Now check it out though. Here's the deal. The image on the left was created for us in March of last year. We were told it was an original. And Venom number 9 issue or 2021, it looks vaguely familiar.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't know what to do. I like the guy that did the artwork. I asked him directly. He would not answer me directly. And I mean, if he's listening right now, I might be cutting myself off at the knees. And I don't think that was good. I don't think that was very straightforward.
Yeah, because I mean, if it is, and it does look very similar. Like, I mean, there's very small, minute differences. It's obviously a different breed of dog, right? But I mean, like at the same time, like the only real big difference is he put the slit at the bottom of the lip right there, and then the ears are obvious Chihuahua ears versus if you look at the Venom one, those are like more like pit bull style ears, right? But I mean, like the thing is that it does look like it's plagiarized. As I don't want to use that word because that's an accusation. But I mean, if you look at it, it really does look like a plagiarized piece of work.
And if you're doing an homage, I feel like you should give credit.
Right.
Did you guys see the skateboard that we had done?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't recall seeing
it. I took this image and I have a friend named Shannon Hood, and she is an artist, graphic designer, and she does wood burning. And she, I mean, for an artist, she replicated that, the one on the left, in amazing detail in wood burning, and then put gold leaf foil around it. It looked beautiful. And she put Shannon Hood after this artist's name on the left. And that artist accepted that piece of art as a gift and gave no credit to this guy on the right.
Yeah, and that I mean, where that becomes a big problem is, I mean, you can get in trouble with Marvel for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's not even anything that was your fault.
And you know, it's when we went to Hawaii. The funny thing was we went in there, and the buyer, pretty sure his name is Eric, great guy. He looked at the art and he's like, "Oh, that's a dope Venom 9 homage." And I was like, "What?" Like, really? And he's like, "Yeah, check it out when you get home." So I went home. I forgot. Looked at a couple of days later, and like I said, just a feeling of heartbreak. Like, wow, I've been duped. You know, like somebody stole my credit card information and stole some of my money. And I don't know if you can make that bigger. That's Eric's artwork, but.
Eric Ruiz. So yeah, big deal for us. Oh my God, this looks just like the artwork from the first issue.
And look, honestly, even like Johnny, you can't see him that well. His mustache, though, but Eric did an amazing job of blending the two. And it's not like I'm a seasoned vet with making comic books, but Eric, he's on time. He communicates great, and we have kind of established a way of revision, like setting up revisions, and it's just like 1, 2, 3, and we're moving on.
Yeah, this
and I'll just even throw it out too. There was one point where Eric got a little backed up, and he just reached out and he's like, "Hey, I don't think I can make it. I'm a little behind." And it was just so cool that he didn't try to like fake it.
Right.
It was this like,
well, it's like it's
you can see
professionalism, you know?
Yeah. Yep. So
I dig that. Like I said, I didn't notice in issue 2 the change in the last 2 pages. Honestly, I was enjoying the story so much, I didn't notice the art style difference.
Right.
So I'm really glad to hear you guys say that for us. Thank you for it's your first time seeing any of this, but
Of course.
some people have said, oh, you're not doing it right, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. And it's like, thanks, I guess. Like, I don't know everything.
My whole life, comics for me have been the story. I've
Right.
seen issues of X Factor that looked like complete ass, but the story kept me. I'm serious. Like, go back to Executioner Song and look at the artwork that was in X Factor at the time. No offense to the artist, but he was no Jim Lee. Sorry.
Or
But this-
again, never to hate on Rob Liefeld, because the man is a genius and has created so many good characters, but the infamous Captain America with a chest that's 2 times bigger than anything else, or the fact that he can't draw feet. Like, it's we know Liefeld has his problems, but at the same time, it's when you went from like a Liefeld book to the next artist that did Deadpool, and it was a completely different character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, didn't they have that with, I'd say Beast and Wolverine, especially like, Wolverine's claws always change sizes depending on the artist who drew them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beast,
Some
they
are
couldn't-
more bendy.
Yeah. Beast, they couldn't draw right, so they made him have a second mutation, so he looks more like a cat.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that you got to remember, Beast originally looked like the Blob.
Really?
If you look at Beast in like the original First Class, if you go back and read like the First Class comic books, Beast was like just a really big human, right?
Yeah.
And he looked kind of like the Blob, right? And then later on, someone decided to give him like a further mutation, and now he looks like a blue cat.
He does look like a blue cat, yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't think art style changes as long as the story is great. And your story is great. I don't think art style is always what people hold on to, because it goes on forever. Art style changes, depends who draw it. They do their own take on it. As far as especially the 90s, they had a lot of changes in those comics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, like it's you look at like Batman for another example, right?
Mhm.
The amount of times that Batman has changed, especially post Dark Knight. Like when they did Dark Knight Returns, everything changed again. They made him, a little bit bigger. He had a bigger bat on his chest. They went away from the yellow symbol and things like that. They went less campy with him. And then through the 90s, we get like a lot of like the Bruce Timm art style and things like that. And then in the 2000 post Dark Knight trilogy, we start seeing Batman in armor.
Yeah.
I'll be honest about that. I actually own the graphic novel for Dark Knight Returns, and when it was released in the 80s, and I'm not a big fan of the artwork, but
I love the artwork from Dark Knight. I love the artwork from all of those. The only you know what? I haven't busted open Master Race yet, but I still need to read that book, and I have it.
But again, it's one of those deals where like the story just kept me plugged in. I mean, it was so incredibly dark and nasty, and just like, wow, they really went there for the 80s, guys, the 80s. So,
right.
I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that, comics can't be much like everything. Comics can't just be one-sided. It can't just be just artwork or just story or just, who makes it or writes it or draws it or whatever. I mean, there's multiple facets to what makes it come together and be really, really good. I would say this: the one thing I do appreciate about some very famous comics is that they do get the same artist for promo shots. Like if there's a big saga that's going to be dropping, they'll typically get the same guy to draw the big poster for the comic shops to get that in there. And that's kind of a cool thing to do. I like that. Phil, where'd you go?
I needed help.
Sorry about that. She needed help.
Oh, cool.
That's where it helps that she's in the same room, because she can just be like, Philippe, come here and help me. Well, I'm saying the one time you need it, you can just be like, Philippe, I need your help. Come here.
So Nate, this is all pretty new to me because I typically don't help host on Thursdays. But do you have ideas for other stories that you're going to be doing in the future? Like, do you have some spinoffs coming? Are you in love with any of these characters? Like, are there arcs that you want to go off on, kind of tangents, or maybe some background origin stories or whatnot? Like, how far are you wanting to take this?
So my friend David Giddos Jr., he wrote, and he wasn't able to make it tonight, but he wrote Night of the Chihuahuas.
Okay.
He's a screenwriter. He has a master's in fine arts for screenwriting. He has Night of the Chihuahuas 2 written. It's called Chihuahuas from Hell. We're still talking about how to make that happen. I had thought of a prequel idea, but I haven't pitched it to him yet. Pork Chop Express. Forrest, do you know the reference? I'm drilling you because you weren't around last time. Do you know what Pork Chop Express is?
Sorry.
Big Trouble in Little China. His truck was called the Pork Chop Express.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Really
So,
no,
what's that?
it really pisses me off to no end.
So I'm writing a story called Killer Hair. It's about a woman whose hair gets possessed and it kills people without her consent. And it's based in some reality of someone I'm close to, and has in the sense of there's something, if you guys know what alopecia is.
Mhm.
Yes.
And also using
Jackie saying, I think at this point we all know what alopecia is. I mean, because
all right.
Will Smith is canceled for it. So
Oh, true. Yes.
Will Smith
Just 'cause you heard
canceled?
the
You
word
don't say.
doesn't mean you looked it up. Like alopecia, sure. But and then also it has a little bit of an allegory of mental health, because the hair at times will do what it wants to do, and it lashes out. And it's supposed to be a campy horror project as well. And I've got, I don't know, 6 more stories in the whole, ranging from coming of age to zombies to one called Demon Porn, which is about trying to make comic books, because we went into a comic book store. My wife was like, all I see in here is demon porn. It's a bunch of half-naked chicks and then a bunch of demons.
you know what's
So-
funny is you said that and my mind went somewhere else. Not like it wasn't nasty. You know where my mind went. LA Comic-Con, or a lot of the major Comic-Cons, you always have the Hare Krishnas, and you have hardcore Christians hanging out in front of cons, telling people that they're going to hell because they worship comic book characters and false gods, and they're like, yeah, these are your false gods, you're all going to hell, you should repent and give up your comic books and your wicked ways. That's where I went when you said demon porn, because that's probably what they call comic books.
That's not where I went.
Now
Right.
I know where Graveyard went, because Graveyard is a if you don't remember from the last time, his whole podcast is horror, and I know where he went is probably like porn with actual demons. That is probably something that Bruce Campbell has to fight.
I mean, it's or the next Hellraiser.
You know what? No, Hellraiser. That's a fair point. Hellraiser is pretty much demon porn.
Yes.
It's meant to be a funny take on what we've experienced so far coming into the industry, because coming from the film industry into this, I had no idea it would be like it is, and I should know better. But a lot of learning and a lot of fun, a lot of jokes, new friends, all that.
You can't be upset the Navy didn't prepare you for this.
I'm telling you, I worked on helicopters. No tight quarters for me.
So is all your stories going to be? I know we asked talked about this briefly. It's all going to be set in the horror campiness of it. So the coming of age story is going to be in a horror aspect, or no?
No, I have a lot of ideas, probably more than I can justify. I mean, I when I create, I take an idea and then I go to synopsis. I go to a treatment, which is like 8 pages, and then
Synopsis. Sorry, you said synopsis. I had to do it.
You see how
So-
quick my head turned when I heard that? I was like, go back and watch
No.
it when he says that. My head turns real quick because I'm looking like synopsis.
What synopsis are you saying now?
It's demon
Um,
pornopsis.
Synopsis.
yes. Oh man.
I'm so sorry.
And then everybody who's watching the show right now, their reaction is,
Why?
"Oh, man."
Best show ever.
Hi.
I know, right?
So when I come up with an idea, I just write them down. So the coming of age is kind of based off of A Christmas Carol,
Oh, nice.
and it has like a hip hop element to it. And then I've got one that I really like is it's called Diversity, and it's like Hard Candy or Ex Machina. If you've seen either one of those,
Oh yeah, Ex Machina.
yeah,
Yeah.
Machina is right. Yeah, so just floating around. I like to write, but I spend a lot of time worrying about killer chihuahuas and don't get as much done as I'd like to.
Hey, Phil, did you introduce him to Age Scott by chance?
To H. Scott.
Age Scott. Yeah,
H. Scott.
yeah, he was on Saber Rattle a couple times with. He just made a comic book. And a
I
book.
haven't, man. That's probably something that we need to
Yeah,
link together here.
yeah. Talk to Ark about that because he publishes too comics.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to be honest and say I don't know. I mean, any help or connections that we can get is I'm trying not to act too cool. I've met a lot of people who think they're really cool in this industry, and it's like I'm not that cool. I don't have the answers.
Jackie just said, "Well, she's pretty cool." So
Yeah, well, we all knew that.
yeah, we all know that Jackie's the coolest. So
Yup.
Yeah,
Synopsis.
no. Not a synopsis. What we're saying is that Jackie is the she's the goat. She is the goat.
how's that orchid coming? Is she done with it?
Almost. So she's got the flowers done, and she's got the stalk done and everything. She's just got to get all the flowers on the stalks now. She's just trying to remount the camera right now.
Okay.
I was gonna say we're supposed to be building and interviewing.
Yeah, she's trying to remount the camera so you guys have a better angle of it right now.
All right. So I think we discussed this last night. Was this Nitro? Was that was gonna be a 6 comic run, or just 5?
5.
Just 5. Okay.
And I promise you guys, I'm not trying not to pay attention right now. What I'm doing is I'm getting ready for the bracket.
Oh, the bracket, huh?
Oh, this is going to be fun. Did you guys see when I did the announcement on what our bracket's going to be this week?
I saw it. Remind me though.
80s people.
No, most universally liked people.
Ooh.
Oh.
And it's great. Jackie's got a call on who she thinks is going to win the entire thing. Once we get into the bracket, I'll announce that.
Did you?
Universally liked people?
Most universally liked people.
Virgos. I'm kidding with you. I'm screwing with you, dude. Tauruses. I'm kidding again.
Justin Roiland.
I need to stop.
Justin Roiland,
Casey Kasem.
Justin Roiland, except for his ex-girlfriend, apparently.
I found the lumpia stuff or stuffing filled lumpias I don't know if I think I sent it to you.
What?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was our bracket last time I was on. Was
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Found the
Speaking
lumpiest
his
stuff.
language now.
yes.
Well,
I haven't met James yet, but maybe James will be happy.
James is always
he was
invited to the show.
He's not even in the chat right now. Yeah.
I know.
For a guy that says he supports his own show.
Breaking my heart 1 week at a time. I'm always putting them invites out there.
Yeah, but no, the people who are on this list, I mean, a couple of them might be someone that some people will debate about, but I universally like everyone on this list. There's not a person on this list that I don't think is someone I would consider universally liked, or
So,
not universally liked.
so Nate, what's the end dates you're hoping for issues 4 and 5 to come out? Do you have a time frame?
Issue 4 should be done and ready for print, I would say mid to late February. And we're just not sure what to do with issue 5. It's great to say that we're in, 6 different states and 30 some odd comic book stores. We've been sold out multiple times. We go to cons and get great reviews, but they're not reviews, but interactions, sales. But in order to make it and be profitable, I'm still kind of mystified learning what it takes. I talk to some people and they're like, oh yeah, every Kickstarter I do, I make 10 grand, and we're not there. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I want to finish. It's like, once again, I don't know how to go forward.
What states are you currently in?
California, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Hawaii.
Hey, 2 of those are close to me.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's funny because it's like just meeting people and stuff. People they'll go to their LCS and say, hey, have you heard Night of the Chihuahuas? And people are opening up. There's a spot in Detroit called Liberty Comics, and we went in there and the guy was just super cool. Like, sure. And I've gotten shot down at a lot of other places, but it's just reaching out and yeah, I mean, there's some guys from another podcast we've been on, and they're gonna go to a show and said that they'd take our books with them. I mean, it's not us physically being there, but it's some representation. So,
Right.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of grassroots working together kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll have to touch base with you come October, because last October we sponsored a movie at a horror movie convention.
Okay.
And we're doing it again, hopefully this October as well.
Okay.
So I'll let you know once we get that date set. I'd love to bring some of your books there.
Okay, and if you just either for distance nerding or for your show, David is like a horror almanac. He is a big who's the Cthulhu guy?
Cthulhu?
Yeah. Who's the author?
H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
David is he sits on the board or whatever at the thing that goes on in Rhode Island. He's like, he can name any horror movie. He knows every reference. Like was he? I don't think he was on before, was he?
No, David wasn't on the first time we did the show. He was supposed to be on this
Josh.
one. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to
we
meet
can
him.
Get him on. Yeah, he's great. He's really great.
I think Forrest and Phil know I can talk horror forever.
Oh yeah. I mean, are you done? She's done.
Yay!
Jack is done. So actually, it's about time for the bracket. Real quick here, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight her picture here. Look at that.
Golly.
It looks
so Lego's doing that now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, Lego's making ridiculous stuff. Like, okay, she just made an orchid. I'm about to start building an Atari 2600.
I mean,
Dude,
I personally want your Atari to work as an actual Atari.
I mean, that would be great if my Nintendo worked that same way, right? Because I have a
No
Nintendo
doubt.
that's right
Yeah.
behind me.
To this day, I still want the Lego Graflex lightsaber and the Luke Episode 6 lightsaber because it's been done. I really want those two.
Let me get that out of the way.
Well,
I did it all by myself.
Just so you know, Phil, people do throw in RetroPies into those Lego Nintendos, and they do work.
I've seen those.
The what?
Raspberry Pi.
Mm.
You can put one inside of those Nintendos and make it a working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see how big your Atari is because I probably could send you a board to put into it.
Dude, we can figure it out.
Yep.
So it looks like Layak is gonna go set herself up here.
Sweet.
Nice.
But before we jump into the bracket, guys,
Yes.
I am going to drop a quick little ad here. No, not a deuce. Not deuce o'clock.
He doesn't take the little deuces.
Show.
Deuceopsis.
Deuceopsis. I'm gonna go with a old school ad here, mainly because I figure Nate's gonna appreciate this one. So we're gonna hear from a friend of ours, ladies and gentlemen. It is the original Raphael.
Hey, Raphael. Yeah, that's right. The original Raphael of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just saw Shredder the other day. And you know what he was listening to? The Distance Nerding podcast. I was going to kick the hell out of him, but because he's got taste in podcasts, I let him slide this time. So do yourself a favor. Listen to the Distance Nerding podcast. Have yourself a hot fudge marshmallow tuna fish and Doritos pizza and turtle power.
Boom.
Nice.
Endorsement from the original Raphael. And that is actually Rob Paulson saying that. So
Did you post that thing where it had one of the Ninja Turtles just like flipped out and just started killing everyone? Did you see that?
I have not seen that.
Oh, it was great. He was. Please don't let. I have a bad memory, but it was like I'm pretty sure one of the Ninja Turtles was just like he was tired of like fighting evil, so he just started killing all the bad guys.
That sounds like a college humor thing. Like straight up.
He killed. Who's the little guy? The alien in
Krang?
the belly of.
Krang.
Oh, Krang. Yeah.
Yeah, he literally just was, and they're like, calm down. He's like, just killing everything.
Now I have to see that.
So when we're gonna start building?
Are you gonna do that now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting kicked. Why don't we just switch?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, that's a lot easier. I didn't realize he was gonna start this.
All right, Forsyth, switch.
Okay. While you guys are doing that, I am going to give my dog her meds and let them out and get some water, and I shall return in just a couple of moments. Okay.
All right.
You said your water.
I'm going to mute.
Crap, that's loud.
The number one.
So Nathan, if once this is done, you said you're going to take a break. You're going to work on maybe start new stuff this year, or probably wait till next year to do your next series. Do you think?
I want to finish Killer Hair. I've got 65 pages, and I'm working on structure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to have a finished draft. I don't know, by the mid-year.
Okay.
Oh, was I supposed to be listening to?
And then how long does it normally take then when your draft goes to then
Zoom in.
storyboarding it out, I assume, and that process?
I'll probably have a couple people read it after the first draft, make some changes, and then I've got an artist that I've been looking to work with. And funny thing is, a couple other artists actually hit me up interested in working on the project because they heard about it. So I don't. One person suggested that I do like an interview and take one page and have the different artists draw what their concept of it is and kind of go from there. Yeah.
it'd be interesting. So especially if you do parries and stuff like that, because you have like Deathbed, the bed that eats from like 1977. You know, you have recently you had Rubber about the killer car tire.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you had Slacks about the killer jeans that came out a couple of years ago. Yeah, I mean I love those movies too.
You're talking in reference to Killer Hair.
Yeah.
Did you just say Slacks, the killer jeans?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
If there's a movie like that, I think Night of the Chihuahuas could be made into a movie.
Slacks was actually pretty decent for a movie like that. I mean, there's just so many horror movies. Like if you can think it could be done realistically. Yeah. I'd love to see Night of Chihuahuas, fully funded picture. I mean,
yeah. That's people say that we're headed in the right direction, and it's just a matter of time. So, with that in mind, I don't ever plan on stopping and just slowing down or taking a break. Sometimes I feel like it's like a marathon, and I'm just like, I'm tired. I just sit down on the bench and wiggle my feet around.
Do you like to work on one project at a time, or do you like to have separate projects going and be able to jump between them?
I personally like doing separate projects, but people that know me say that it's that I get too scattered because I really am doing a lot of Night of the Chihuahua stuff on my own. My wife helps with graphic design. She does all the branding. She helps with the financial aspects, but it's a lot. And then to try to sit and turn all that off. I have 2 young kids, but to try to turn everything off and sit and write is very challenging sometimes.
Oh, trust me, I get that. Where I'm sitting right now is where I work for my 9 to 5 job. It's my gaming room. It's my podcast room. So I sit in this room for way too long sometimes.
Yeah.
So I get that, especially when pandemic started. When I started working from home, and I was in my gaming room. I'm like, I can't game. This is where I work. I have to get out of this room.
Yeah.
But it's nice just to be able to compartmentalize that stuff. So it works for me.
Yeah. David,
go ahead.
David, the author of Night of the Chihuahuas, I was with him recently, and the guy has an amazing capacity to do things, and I really admire that about him. And I was with him, and I was like, how do you do so much? Him and his wife have a podcast where they watch a movie together. They have a drink together. It's like their together time. Yeah. But they also do like a live viewing of a thing and then send out a podcast. He's got 2 kids, full-time job. He's working on multiple projects. And his answer was, I don't sleep. So the doctor told him that he sleeps about 4 hours a night. That's what he said. And he said the doctor said that the doctor said he wouldn't live past 70. He's like, why would I want to live past 70? Like, what do I have to look forward to?
Yeah, I feel like that sometimes. I'm wearing multiple hats right now, doing the podcast, working with Kyber Cave and stuff like that on top of the work. I have 3 kids. I have to have a date night with the wife. I have to watch all the movies for the podcast, which is at least 10 to 12 hours a week.
Yes. Watch him on triple speed.
Ask 4 is what he's doing for Kyber Cave literally at this moment in time.
I know what you're doing. You're making me a sweater.
Out of those gorgeous beard hairs.
I'm on mute. Hello.
Hey, Jack. How's it going? We can hear you.
What? They can hear me. They were just ignoring me.
No, we can hear you.
Oh. I was right up on it. We were intimate.
Now you're intimate.
Is this better?
I mean, his germs have been on that mic. I mean,
oh god, he gave me COVID once. I guess I'll get it again. You guys want to get bracket fun?
Let's get the bracket going.
I'm gonna have to bail out here pretty soon.
All right.
Maybe I should do it now. Although I wish I could hear Jackie's her end of the game bracket winner. I just want to hear it before I leave.
Yeah. So before you go, you want to tell us where we can find you, where people can find you, and your Kickstarter and all that stuff?
Yeah, it's nightofthechihuahuas.com. There it is. You can CHIHUAHUAS. Instagram is at Night of the Chihuahuas, one word, and Facebook is / Night of the Chihuahuas, same thing. We've tried to get onto other social media platforms and have not been successful. Hive was weird, but
it is weird.
We're continuing to just try to move forward steadily. Nightofthechihuahuas.com is our website. You can purchase pretty much everything we have. We're looking to get t-shirts made pretty soon. Yeah, and just you can get on Kickstarter and pledge and support. That'd be great. It's the link is here in the chat. bit.ly/killerdogs, capital K, capital D, and that will take you right to the Kickstarter. And we are 264% funded, and we need more to finish the series. So not trying to roll in the dough per se, but just to make enough to finish would be fantastic. So
nice. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna throw all your links in as well. I'll throw up on my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter for the podcast to throw you out there too.
Nice.
Not a problem.
Well, thank you guys for having me on, and yeah, have fun with who's gonna win it, Jackie.
Yeah, what's your prediction?
Dolly Parton.
Ooh.
Dolly Parton is just gonna take it all.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to tune in and find out the end answers. So
yes.
All right.
More than likely,
Thanks,
it won't
guys.
be till like next week, but still.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
See you, Nate.
All right, Nate. Good seeing you, man.
right.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Sounds good.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Can we go now? Okay. All right. Let's see. How do I show this? Oh, I want to. What's going on?
Hey. All right, so we got the most universally liked people.
That's not what I meant to do. I just want this. There we go. Thank you to whoever did that. Okay, universally liked people. First up, we have Bob Ross versus The Rock.
I mean, I'm gonna have to paint some happy little trees.
And we're gonna paint some happy little trees.
Okay, so
Hold on, right here.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
And I'm high as shit right now. I don't know if you guys know. I'm on some good mescaline and mushrooms at the moment. We're gonna paint some happy little trees right here.
Bob Poole.
Holy fuck! I don't know what's happening.
All right, so
What The Rock is cooking.
So I'm going to be a little objective about this.
Oh,
and because there's okay, so there's a differentiation to make here.
Okay.
The Rock has a major fandom for many reasons.
So does Bob Ross.
Hold on. The Rock has a very wide fandom for many reasons, whether it be for wrestling, acting, bodybuilding, what have you. I mean, he's followed for all those things. Bob Ross is literally just straight up likable. Like
Bob
I would
Ross
say
is a veteran.
Bob Ross is the fucking goat.
he's seen some shit when he was in Vietnam.
Yeah,
he's
Sorry, no, that's been debunked. That whole thing was debunked.
I don't know if he was a drill sergeant.
Yeah, he did see some shit in Vietnam, but it wasn't like he wasn't like some crazy badass that killed a bunch of people. But the painting was a part of his therapy for PTSD, though.
Because he was a drill sergeant, he spent his day screaming at people, and after he left the army, he promised himself he would never yell at anybody ever again.
And he spread the message of just being kind and love each other.
Yes, just like Jesus.
Well. I'd follow Bob Ross.
My friend who we started off as coworkers. We're not coworkers anymore because she left me, abandoned me, in a kayak by myself. Anyway, no, she abandoned me. We don't work together anymore. But when I first met her, apparently she's lived under a rock and has only been allowed to watch Disney movies her entire life. And I had to school her about Bob Ross.
God, that sounds like my wife's best friend. Like all she watches is Disney movies and nothing else.
Yeah,
that sounds like torture.
And so at the time, I had a Bob Ross like day of the month calendar or whatever. And I used to like take off the day before. I'd always have like a Bob Ross painting and then like a Bob Ross quote. And so I'd take off the day before and I'd go stick it on her door. And she kept all of them. Oh, goodness. Hey.
I mean, that's just signs of a good friend.
Yeah.
So, Forrest, what's your scientifically choosing Bob Ross or The Rock?
I'm going to go with Bob Ross.
Who said that?
Forrest.
What about you, Graveyard?
Oh, Bob Ross all the way.
Okay. Philippe?
It's a little difficult for me because The Rock he's one of those guys where nobody's ever said anything bad about The Rock. Like, just anybody that's ever talked to him. Well, one person, Vin Diesel.
Because he'll beat them up.
But almost the same thing about Bob Ross. Like everything that anybody's ever said, even the documentary, everybody just talked about how likable of a person he is. So it's a little difficult because they're both.
Because ex-wives liked him.
Maybe his ex-wives don't like him as much.
Did you not watch the Attitude Era? Everyone's talking smack about The Rock.
About watch on what though?
Stone Cold didn't like The Rock.
Yeah, Stone Cold hated The Rock.
No, but what's funny is because his character was meant to be an unlikable person, but everybody liked him still. So it's like impossible to really hate Dwayne Johnson because he's just like an amazing person in general. I don't know. Either way, I'm still probably going to go with Bob Ross. As much as I don't want to get rid of The Rock in this because I think that he is a universally liked person. I think like Bob Ross is the kind of person that you immediately think this is one of the greatest people that's ever lived.
Although, if you think about it, if they ever met each other, do you think? I feel like The Rock would like Bob Ross, but Bob Ross wouldn't like The Rock.
Really?
Yeah. I think he was too flashy.
You think?
Yeah, I do think
The Rock's has too much of an ego on him.
I think he's too flashy. But I don't know. That's just my assumption.
We got 2 votes for Bob Ross in the chat, and Tyler's
One
dad
for
says The
Rock.
Rock. Yeah.
So I guess we just leave that with me. I mean, I'm gonna go with Rock.
It's okay,
The Rock?
Jack. He doesn't know your address. He won't come and find you if you don't say.
No.
Jay and Silent Bob will get your address and find you, though.
They will.
Oh, you motherfuckers! You are the ones who are the ball lickers.
Ball lickers?
From Jane Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close that one with Hearing None, Seen None, Bob Ross.
Woohoo.
Going to move on to the next round. Okay. Next up, we have Keanu Reeves versus Mr. Rogers.
Keanu Reeves and Mr. Rogers. Again, that's a really difficult one.
No, it's not.
You know, wait, so you're going to say Mr. Rogers over Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
All right.
Has as much as Mr. Rogers is a likable person, has Mr. Rogers ever paid for an entire like almost like plane that got grounded to have bus tickets to get to the destination?
He could have. He could have just put it anonymously.
Or given his entire salary to the cast of, or to the crew of a movie because he felt the crew didn't get paid enough.
Or donates most of his money to research for the disease his sister had.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is that's where it's difficult for me because Keanu Reeves is just not only plays extremely likable characters, but also is just like a super selfless guy.
I guess the question is, if you walked to both of them randomly on the street with no cameras, who's most likely to give you the time of day?
Mr. Rogers will.
No, both of them, because the thing is Keanu Reeves is very big about like the dude famously lives in like a shitty apartment just because he doesn't want to live lavishly, and like, yeah, man, I'm just like, look up anything about Keanu Reeves. The dude is like, he's like one of the greatest human beings to ever live.
Now, the question begs, though, is the rest of this list, does it have the guy who played Mr. Rogers that's on the likable list?
No,
if
they don't.
We don't have Tom Hanks on this list?
Tom Hanks is not on this list.
Wow. I'm surprised by that.
But when you see everybody else that's on this, like, you know, again, you won't be upset.
This will be a close one. Let's see what happens. My vote is Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I'm going Keanu Reeves.
Okay, that's 2 for 2.
There's Keanu and Mr. Rogers in the comment section.
Yep.
Oh, another Keanu. I'm Keanu for me.
Okay.
Like, Keanu Reeves is the GOAT, just straight up. Just like the dude is. Have you seen what he does when he takes pictures with women?
What?
He doesn't want to offend anybody. So if you ever look up a picture of him taking pictures,
What if I wanted to be offended?
Then you can ask him to offend you. But I mean, like, if you ever see any pictures that he takes with any women, every picture, famously, he will not touch them. Mm-hmm. So like there are women that will like full on give him a hug, and he just has his hand out. You know, like he famously will not touch anyone because he doesn't want to offend anybody.
Okay. So who should I vote for? I think I'm gonna go Keanu. I think I'm gonna do Keanu. That is 5 for Keanu and 2 for Mr. Rogers.
Don't worry, Mr. Rogers. I will always be your neighbor.
The only thing that my caveat that I think about every now and then is you got to remember that he was also he was a minister. He was a minister, and the thing about ministers, as nice as Mr. Rogers is, do you think that meeting him, he may have been preachy?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because he was a minister, so I mean that's kind of just what ministers do.
Was he a minister, or did he want to go into the ministry?
No, he was.
No, he was an ordained minister.
Yeah,
I could be an ordained minister.
That's why he famously did not participate in Vietnam, is because he was in school to be a minister.
Well, that's really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call that one with Keanu. Next up, there's a delay in my voice, and that's why I'm talking really slow because I'm easily distracted.
I don't hear a delay.
You don't, but I do.
Oh.
Oops. Oh, no.
Oh no, I broke it. They were roommates. Okay.
Next up, we have Alex Trebek and Jamie Foxx. Alex Trebek and Jamie Foxx. Universally liked people.
Suck it, Trebek.
Yeah, I'm penis mightier.
I'm gonna go with the penis schmuck.
I feel like I don't feel like Alex Trebek would be as great as we think he would be. So
I guess I've never heard much about the niceness of Jamie Foxx, quite honestly.
I've heard he's actually another like really likable person. Like I heard that like he's another guy that is really big on trying to make sure that anybody that he meets feels like welcome.
Okay.
And like he's always like cracking jokes and he's always like super nice to everybody. Alex Trebek, again, I've always heard that that he's always just been a nice guy, you know, and that like a lot of his jokes are good.
The Jeopardy bloopers? They're pretty funny. If you ever like want a good ha-ha, look up some Jeopardy bloopers. They're pretty funny. Okay, what's everybody's votes? Anybody in the chat? Alex Trebek versus Jamie Foxx. Universally liked people. Okay. What about you fours?
It's a hard one. I may have to go with Mr. Fox on this one.
Okay. So one for Jamie Foxx and one for Alex Trebek in the chat. From Cindy. Oh, Cindy, did you see the orchid? Did you see the end of the orchid? I'm going to show it real quick. I know she was following along for that.
Oh yeah, she was. She was on. Was that last week?
She was in the chat last week watching the orchid.
It was 2 weeks ago that she was on, right?
There's the orchid that I worked so hard on.
Oh, and Cindy, we voted. It was between The Rock and Bob Ross. We went with Bob Ross, and it was between Mr. Rogers and Keanu Reeves. We went with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Coming in hot. All right. Let's see. Okay, got those ones. What about you, Graveyard?
Trebek.
Okay. So we're tied up. Philippe.
I'm gonna go with. Who do people like better? I think I'm gonna go with Alex Trebek because I think that he's a person. Huh?
Still tied up because my mom voted Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Just like Julie, just ruin everything.
All right, we saw in the chat to be the tiebreaker here.
Well, if James were in the chat, we wouldn't have this issue.
You think James is locked in the closet again?
He may be locked in the closet at his own home, being terrorized by a couple 3-year-olds.
Is he locked or is he hiding?
Or hiding is what I meant.
Okay, come on. Somebody in the chat. We have a tie between Alex Trebek and Jamie Foxx. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, now they just have to fight it out to see who wins.
Yeah. Come on.
So Alex Trebek in
It really pisses me off to no end.
Alex Trebek in Happy Gilmore.
Alex
The Price
Trebek
is Wrong.
Happy Gilmore.
That's Bob Barker.
Oh, it's Bob
That's
Barker.
Bob Barker, which was hilarious.
Yes.
The Price is Wrong, bitch.
Bob Barker is still alive. He's like 95 years old or 98 years old.
So then again, Alex Trebek. If Alex Trebek and Jamie Foxx got in a fight, I would say if they purely got in a fight, Jamie Foxx would probably win that because Jamie Foxx is kind of
a fight, but that's not even relevant to the bracket.
No, he was asking the question. That was what he was saying.
Oh. I was like, who is like most least likely to concede a fight? Like that would go along with the bracket. All right.
Oh,
We're
it's
in a
a
stalemate.
tie for right now. You can always revisit it.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. We're gonna revisit.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Is that you? Hey, Alex Trebek or Jamie Foxx? The host of Jeopardy or the Shocker from Spider-Man?
That's what you know him from?
Very, very important question.
I'm trying to make it familiar to the boy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what your son knows him from?
Yes.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay, that's a vote for Fox.
All right.
Lock it down. Lock it down with Jamie Foxx. All right, next up, I think we have the winner. Dolly Parton versus Robin Williams.
Oh my God.
Dolly all day. Dolly Parton's gonna win this. Dolly Parton. Robin Williams.
So I'll give her this: that Dolly Parton is a hugely likable person, but Robin Williams, give me any time you've ever seen Robin Williams in anything that you just did not gravitate towards him.
Dolly Parton. Oh, J for Dolly Parton.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to finish that joke. I'm not going to be that guy. So no, I'm not going to finish the joke. Forget it. Nope. Don't do it, Forrest. My vote is for Robin Williams.
I mean, I can send you the original adventure if you need, Phil.
Ooh.
That game was unforgiving.
Oh, yes, it was.
I don't think I ever played it.
You're probably a little too young for it.
Okay.
All right, so we have one Robin, one Dolly in the chat. Oh, another Robin.
Yep. What about Graveyard? What's your vote?
I mean, I have to ask, what year is it? It's Robin Williams.
Oh.
Jumanji, come on.
Oh, yeah.
This may be Jackie's Padme.
Oh man, yes, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton. I love Dolly Parton. But Dollywood, she has Dollywood. She met her husband outside the wishy-washy laundromat. She's been married to Carl Dean for over like 60 years. She has a husband. And now she is like remaking all of her songs like into Hallmark movies.
Well, see, there you go. That's a veto right there for me. Hallmark movie making. No.
And on Netflix, she's got some Duncan Hines Duncan Hines products coming out.
Ooh, honey, Duncan Hines products from Dolly Parton.
Whoa, Philippe just made a mess on the carpet.
I mean, I was literally next door to Dollywood and didn't go. So.
Oh man. My coworker, we were in Tennessee this time last year. And my coworker gave me so much shit because we didn't go. And I was like, Dollywood is literally Tennessee is long.
Yeah.
And she gave me shit because I didn't go. And I was like, it's literally like a 6-hour drive from where we were at in Nashville.
But yeah, my buddy got married in Gatlinburg.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So we ate at the restaurant. The restaurant was great.
We didn't go to Gatlinburg. We went to Lynchburg.
Okay. All right. We have another.
Another.
Oh, James says Dolly, apparently.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Or he's just telling me he'll always love me. One of those two.
James, we're doing the most universally liked person bracket. We got to do a recap. So we had Bob Ross versus The Rock. Bob Ross won. Keanu Reeves versus Mr. Rogers. Keanu won. Then we had Alex Trebek versus Jamie Foxx. One of Four's offspring broke the tie on that.
Said suck it, Trebek.
Offspring.
And Jamie Foxx won. Now we're doing Dolly Parton versus Robin Williams. Oh man, we voted Robin Williams. Rock should won. He didn't.
I haven't voted yet.
Who you vote for? Dolly Parton? Do you want to live? Dolly Parton.
I love Robin Williams to death, and there's not a thing that Robin Williams has ever done that I
Dolly
did not
Parton
enjoy.
will send your children free books.
But I am going to vote for Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Number one, because yes, there's same thing with Dolly Parton. There's not a thing that she has ever done that I have not enjoyed.
I call shenanery.
There's also,
But
it's the boobs. It's the boobs. That's it. That's just the
But
boobs.
but you never had a friend like Robin Williams.
Nope.
Robin Williams is the GOAT, though. There is no comedian, comic actor that is better than Robin Williams. Hook was one of my favorite movies growing up. I mean,
James is complaining about our echoing because we knew we were gonna have to switch the build in the middle of the show, so we did it. We are in the same room.
Mrs. Doubtfire had boobs.
not as nice as Dolly Parton's.
All right. Let's see. Graveyard, what did you vote for?
Oh, Robin Williams, yeah.
Okay. Ow. Good Lord. Why does this woman? I have this woman at work that just drives me a little nuts.
Hopefully she's not watching.
Huh?
So hopefully she's not watching right now.
No.
Janine, if you're watching.
No, she's not. And that could be, there's a number of people that drive me crazy at work. So it really could be anybody. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call that one with Robin Williams. Even though I believe Dolly Parton should have won it all. But.
This is literally Jackie's Padme.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to play me some Dolly Parton when we get out of here. All right. Okay, so should I do the other side of the bracket? Or should I narrow it down? Sometimes Philippe answers me without listening to my questions. Should I do the get down to the finalist on this side of the bracket? Or go to the other side. Finish. Okay, let's do that then. I don't know what we're doing. Okay. Okay, we're going back up to the top. I don't know how to cross people out on here, but we're just gonna show you. Or maybe I should take it off. Since
Are you able to type on there? So you can put like a number 1 down to the bracket down?
no.
Okay.
Well, we'll just open this back up like this, and then we'll just go down it. All right. So now what we have is Bob Ross versus Keanu Reeves.
Ooh.
Bob Ross versus Keanu Reeves.
That's a harder one, I think, for me. Forrest, what do you think?
I'm gonna stick with Bob Ross.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go with Keanu on this.
Controversy.
Keanu.
Okay. That was Fours and Philippe for Keanu Reeves. What about you, Graveyard?
Oh, Graveyard said Keanu. Forrest said Bob Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So, that's right. That's right.
This is already done. The chat plus y'all. Keanu's got this. It's over.
Yeah.
James, just because you're a wrestling fan does not automatically mean that The Rock should just automatically win. It's not how this works.
This is James's most liked people list. He's picking it. Come on the show, James. You can make your own bracket.
Just challenge him to do something he'll never do.
I wouldn't say never. He was on that one time.
He'll be on the night.
Well, then there's that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call that one with Keanu Reeves. Next up, we have Jamie Foxx versus Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Robin
That's
Williams.
a no-brainer.
Okay, what about you, Graveyard?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. I think I will have to go also with you. Bob ain't done shit. Bob Ross is nicer to pretty trees. Nicer to pretty. Nicer. Bleh. No, that's not what I clicked on. Robin. All right. Ouch.
Harper, what are you doing? Go get your toys.
Forrest is asking his dogs now what their vote is.
Harper, what do you vote, baby?
Who's a
What do
good
you
boy?
vote?
All
I
right.
have girls.
I'm saying you ask them to ask who's a good boy.
I'm gonna go ahead and call this one with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
All right, but now we have Keanu Reeves versus Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Okay.
It's Robin Williams versus Keanu Reeves at this point.
Yep.
Keanu.
What about you, Philippe? So far, let's see.
So Jack, we can't see you. James is covering you up.
Oh no, James. Okay. All right. So far I have 3 for Keanu, 1 for Robin. Wait, I think that was before.
Yeah, that's from before.
Keanu. All right. Anybody else? Robin Williams versus Keanu Reeves. Going once. Going twice.
Oh, we have 2 Robins from Taylor.
Yeah, that's the one I wasn't sure if it was.
No, he just put Robin for Dad and I.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess Robin's still in it. Robin's still in it. Robin, and another thing about The Rock.
Oh my God.
It's done, James. It's done.
It's done. The Rock is out.
Snickers handed them out to kids. Yeah, but imagine the inflation on that.
He bought candy bars. I mean, that's like $20.
So he went back and he handed diabetes out to children. Great job, Rock. Great job.
Okay, so now we're tied up. Thanks, James.
Damn it, James. Come on the show, you coward.
Whoa. Dems fight.
Call him out!
The Rock bought.
Call him the fuck out!
It says The Rock bought his mom a house. I didn't buy my mom a house, but I did tell my mom she could sleep in my tree house if she needed to.
All celebrities buy a loved one a freaking house.
If I had that kind of money, I'd buy more than just my mama house. I'd buy a lot more people houses.
Oh, that's so nice. All right, are we at okay? Well, we have a tie. Forrest, you want to ask your dog?
Harper. Hi, baby. What do you think? Robin Williams?
Uh-oh.
She's wagging her tail. We're not going with the dog.
Cindy hasn't voted yet. Cindy, you got.
Oh wait,
you got...
no, Cindy hasn't voted yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, sweetie, your vote doesn't count, baby. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Yeah, Cindy, what is your vote?
Hey, in Florida, everyone can vote, even dogs.
If Florida man can vote, anybody can vote.
I would have okay, Robin. Okay, Cindy voted Robin. So yes, you did. I don't. Oh yeah, but my mom's responding to. I told my mom that if she ever needed somewhere else to sleep, she could always sleep in my tree house.
I just invite people to sleep in my beard.
All right.
So cozy.
Can I go ahead?
Phil, tell me you saw the Scottish video.
The what?
It was great.
It was great. There was a Scottish. Okay. So real quick. Mezzo and Mrs. Fours were doing a live gaming thing yesterday morning, and they were going into accents. And Mezzo tried to do the Scottish accent, so I made a quick video doing a Scottish accent. And then Husbeard here chimed into the comment section and was like, compliment my beard in Scottish. So I made another video. And in the video, I said something to the effect of, so what I really need to do is go and get Phil from Distance Nerding and just cuddle up together in Graveyard's heavenly beard. Love that beard. It's great.
Fuck, it's the greatest beard in fucking history.
Whoa. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one with Robin.
Yep.
Right, Roman wins this one.
Yep.
All right.
Cindy broke the tie.
Thank God for Cindy. Okay, we got 15 minutes. Phil. All right. We're gonna move on to the next side of the bracket.
I mean, do we need to really vote on this one?
Yeah.
Shaq versus Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Shaq has the biggest Walmart purchase in history or something like that because he just likes to go to Walmart and just buy people's shit.
Yeah, but like the biggest purchase at Walmart, it's like $1,000 to buy the store.
It was like $73,000 or something like that.
So Tater votes for Shaq.
Like you're basically
Tater voted for Shaw. Who's Shaw?
Shaq. Okay. And then Cindy voted Paul Rudd. Philippe, what about you? Okay. Fours?
Paul Rudd.
Graveyard?
Paul Rudd. I mean, he was my Tommy Doyle from Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween #6. Shaq just played a genie that came out of the boombox.
Hey. He also played Steel.
Well, I saw Kazam in theaters, I believe.
So I had my doubts with Paul Rudd only because of the company he keeps, which is and if you know what I'm talking about, it's a particular group of actors, and I call them not the super bad crew, the 40-year-old virgin crew.
Yes.
Okay. In real life, a lot of the actors from the 40-year-old version are super douche canoes. Like they just are.
Yeah.
Like most of their personalities they carry into the roles that they play. They're more being themselves in those roles than they are just acting as a character. Mm-hmm. And so they can be very superficial, judgy people. Like they're just assholes in real life. Like
it surprised me to find out.
Performing public colonoscopies. That's from 40-year-old virgin. Sorry.
It surprised me to find out that Judd Apatow and his wife, who's like a character in that movie, but like Judd Apatow is like the biggest douchebag ever. He's the guy who directed the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like It's a hilarious movie, just like Superbad. Hilarious movie. But the cast wouldn't want to hang with them in real life. This is not a judge fest I want to be a part of.
But I've also heard that Paul Rudd is probably one of the coolest guys in existence. So I mean, like, I definitely gonna go with Paul Rudd on this.
Oh yeah, I'll take if you're putting him up against Shaq, I'll take Paul Rudd any day.
Okay.
Oh come on, James.
So far, I have 3 for Shaq, including my own.
All right. I feel like James is getting paid by The Rock now at just this point.
Relationship with his wife. Yeah, they're like business partners. I'm pretty sure he's like a throuple with her. With his ex-wife. They do everything together. Everything. Every like event, every venture he's in, she's on it too.
Doing things with your wife. Come on.
His ex-wife.
Phil, does James have a life-size cutout of The Rock in his room? Be truthful.
He does. And he masturbates to it nightly.
Oh. That's not nice.
So when he goes and hides, when he goes and hides in the closet from his kids, he makes sure he grabs The Rock before going in there, right?
Probably in there with him right now.
I'm pretty sure he's fine with just a picture of the cardboard cutout. Eric!
I was just about to highlight.
He said masturbation out of respect. Eric Ruiz, shout outs to Eric Ruiz just because
Cries.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Ruiz mainly because, dude, we were talking all about you earlier. I am currently wearing a Lucharillas t-shirt. Nate was wearing a Lucharillas shirt when he was on earlier, and then we got to see a preview of some of your artwork for Night of the Chihuahuas. And bro, we did nothing but talk about how awesome your art is, man. So I'm happy to see that you're in the chat right now.
We also talked a lot about your excellent communication skills.
Yes.
Too. Okay.
Where are we at with Shaq versus Paul Rudd?
We have 3 for Shaq, including my own, and then Paul Rudd has 4 or 5. So I guess I'll go ahead and close that with Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd wins that one. Oh, he can wear a shirt without a distance nerding shirt. Aren't you wearing the? Oh no, you're not.
I'm wearing a Lucharillas shirt. What's wrong with me wearing a Lucharillas shirt, James? Am I not?
Am I not allowed to endorse our friends and people who support us? Is that not a thing I'm allowed to do?
I don't know anything.
Phil, did you see what shirt I'm wearing?
You wearing a DN shirt?
Master.
Oh, the Master Roshi.
Roshi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, I wore this for what's coming up next, which is
You're away.
Bit Brigade. It also matches the color scheme and the logo style of Distance Learning.
Oh God, the Rock would like your yelling. That's what he said.
Oh, because James said stop yelling.
I do miss The Rock on WWE. I miss those days.
Roshi would not be on the nicest list.
Oh, no, the hell he wouldn't. That's for certain.
All right, so next up we have Steve Martin versus Tony Hawk, which 2 people I don't really know much about.
I thought Steve was not a very nice guy in real life.
No.
Chevy Chase.
No.
Very nice guy.
No, Chevy Chase is a dirtbag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chevy Chase is like the biggest dirtbag, and apparently he's super racist too. Steve Martin, I've actually heard, is actually pretty nice. Tony Hawk is going to be my vote, though, because, dude, you guys need to follow him on social media if you're not already, because Tony Hawk is hilarious.
He was also for a time really inspiring to a lot of young people, and he I don't know if this is rumor or not, but he donated a lot of money to anti-drug causes, and he did like a lot of skate fundraisers, early on for, you know, quitting bad habits, things like that. Like he was just he just endorsed a lot of positive things, and he did a lot for people. So yeah, my vote's with Tony Hawk.
Okay, James.
Graveyard?
Steve Martin is a wild and crazy guy. Yeah, Graveyard, what's yours?
I'm going with the Hawkman himself.
Oh.
Dog
Okay.
Have you guys heard like what he does on like some of the posts that, or have you read some of the posts that he does on Twitter, where like people will see him places and go, "Oh, dude, you really look like Tony Hawk." He goes, "Yeah, no, I get that a lot."
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, or like they'll say like I remember somebody saw his ID and it said Anthony Hawk, and he goes, "Oh, are you like Tony Hawk? You know that guy's like really cool." He goes, "Yeah, I've heard he's a jackass."
That was a Visa commercial. That was a Visa commercial like 20 years ago.
He says that it actually
a lot
happens.
of celebrities did those kind of Visa commercials.
Yeah, he said that it's happened a lot to him.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one with Tony Hawk, and I don't think anybody except for maybe James voted for Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Oops, what did I do? Okay, there we go. All right, next up we have Steve Irwin versus Jack Black.
What I'm going to do is I'm stick my finger right up that alligator's butthole.
You're gonna bite me, aren't you? You're gonna bite me, aren't you?
Steve Irwin is Florida man on steroids.
Well, that's called Australia.
He's not wrong.
That's a black mamba. It's one of the most venomous snakes in the world.
Snakes.
I'm gonna go poke it in its butthole.
It's a black mamba. My vote's.
Go ahead.
My vote's gonna go to Jack Black.
Okay. My vote's gonna go to Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
What about you, Graveyard?
Oh, the D.
The who?
D.
Tenacious D.
Jack Black, Tenacious D.
It took me a minute. I was like, the D. I was like,
There with D. Okay.
One of my favorite things that Jack Black does on social media right now is he's been cosplaying and like.
I was saying, in this picture, he kind of looks like a fluffy Jason Momoa.
Oh my god. I can't unsee that.
Wait. You're saying that's not Jason Momoa on the screen right now?
No.
Holy crap, dude.
But like when he does his social media posts where he's like doing the Hulk or like doing Captain America, but like fat, and it's so funny.
He also goes around. There's an article today about him going around and singing to terminally ill kids for School of Rock. Like he inspired a lot of kids with School of Rock and the kids in School of Rock.
Steve Irwin would too if he didn't die.
Oh, I'd carry that alligator over to the hospitals. They'd like it. I'd stick my finger in their bum just for them.
I mean, he does have a center for koalas and chlamydia plaques from John Oliver.
That is 100% true. He has a center koalas with chlamydia.
Yes.
Poor babies.
And John Oliver has a plaque with his name on it in the center too.
Oh man.
Steve Irwin inspired Florida men.
And continues to.
Yes.
Hey y'all, watch this.
It's hold my beer.
Yeah. Y'all hold my beer. Y'all hold my beer.
All right. Let's see. I got 2 for Steve Irwin and 4 for Jack Black. it's just me and Jim over here in the Steve Irwin boat. Oh, Philippe, I don't have yours. All right.
Everything Jack Black does.
All right.
And Tenacious D is the greatest thing ever made.
Let's get rocking.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close that one with Jack Black. Moving on to the next round. Not the next round. Well, yeah, he will move on to the next round. We just are not moving over to the next round. All right. Last up, we have Danny DeVito versus Brendan Fraser.
My answer is George of the Jungle.
Strong as he can be.
Watch out for that tree.
Watch out for that tree!
I do like Brendan Fraser in a lot of different things. My vote is actually going to be for Danny DeVito
He's also a really awesome guy too.
for two reasons, which I'm sure are more. Well, three reasons technically. Number one, apparently he's really fun. He can be a little bit of an alcoholic, but apparently he's a really fun drunk. There's this interview, and you can look it up on YouTube, but there's an interview about Danny. So the original thing that I saw was an interview with George Clooney talking about how he went out and got really drunk with Danny DeVito, and then they were both in town for something, and Danny DeVito was doing The View. And Danny DeVito went to The View, and he was like still drunk, like hadn't gone back, like was out partying all night. Showed up to The View like plastered, talking about how he was hanging out with George Clooney, because I guess when they were hanging out together, they're like, "Hey, I'm going to be on this TV show, and I'm going to be on this TV show," and they're like, "Hey, how about I mention you and you mention me?" And so this is like they're like mentioning of each other, and it's really funny. So then I looked it up, and it's actually really funny, and like yeah, I'll have to post it on the Distance 30 post. It's really funny. So that's one of the reasons, because he seems like he's a really fun guy to hang out with. Number two,
Troll Toll. Number two is the Troll Toll to get into this boy's hole, right?
I'm not familiar with that.
It's the Dayman musical. Come on.
Oh,
yeah, Jackie's never watched.
What? It's Always Sunny? Come on.
The number two reason is when he was doing Matilda. What's Mara? I don't know what the person who plays Matilda. Her mom was like dying of cancer, and he took her in, and because she didn't like really have anybody else like to like take care of her, and so like he like kind of just like took care of their like family. I don't know if her mom died or if she was just battling with cancer, but like he like took her in, and like I don't want to say like I wouldn't say he raised her, but he like took her in and like made sure she was taken care of, and like basically kept things as like made sure that things were as normal as possible for her during that time. And number three is he still is married to Rhea Perlman, and they're so funny. Like they're not divorced, they're not together, but like they're like now they're just like friends, and they've been married for like over 40 years. So like imagine like you're like, oh, this guy's not my cup of tea, but like I don't hate him so much that I want to like take him for all he's got. So those are my three reasons I'm voting for Danny DeVito. Let me catch up in the chat. What about everybody else? What about everybody else?
Looks like there's two for Brendan Fraser and two for DeVito.
I like.
But who do you like the most?
Who do you like?
I'm gonna go with Fraser.
Okay.
I kind of want to go with Fraser just because of his reemergence, and like the characters that he's been playing have been amazing. But then on top of that, just everything I've heard of him has been that he's a great guy, and that I mean, like the reason he disappeared in Hollywood is because he got abused by like the president of SAG, and he was outspoken about it, and he got blacklisted. And like he got like he disappeared for like almost 20 years because he decided not to just like fall in the background and you know and like spoke up for people's rights, you know, and like just for abuse at a time where they, like nobody wanted to talk about it. Oh no bullshit! Are you serious?
What happened?
Doom Patrol just got canceled.
What? HBO Max canceling stuff? No.
But like of all things, Doom Patrol is such a good show.
Okay, really quick. So, what's your vote? What's your vote? We gotta wrap this up. It's 8:04.
I'm gonna go a little bit longer just because I'm almost done with this.
Okay, are you gonna do the game stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably hop on that.
So did Titans.
I'm
Get
gonna go.
Flipping freak out of here. Are you serious? Shit.
Let's write very angry emails.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
I do love Danny DeVito though. His character in Always Sunny is like the greatest ever. I love Frank so much.
Graveyard. I didn't catch yours.
Oh, Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, that's okay.
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 All right. So
Angry needs to kill some alien mutants.
I'm gonna go ahead and
No,
keep
dude,
this one with Brendan Fraser moving on to the next round. Which one is Titans?
That's the show based off Teen Titans with Nightwing and Starfire, and like I didn't think it would be that good, but the further in I got, the more invested I was, and it's a really great freaking show. And damn, dude,
I love
really?
how that show got fame. Like the big draw that got people to watch it was literally in the trailer. You have Nightwing. They go, "Where's Batman?" He goes, "Fuck Batman."
Yeah.
That show has the best Bruce Wayne. The best.
Why? Because he was in Game of Thrones, and because he's a Scottish man trying to do an American accent when he still has a Scottish accent.
No, he just portrays the character extremely well, and I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Good for you. Me neither.
Aw.
I feel like there's an actor who's missing from this list.
Tom Hanks.
No, a legitimately really great person missing from this list.
Wait, are you saying Tom Hanks isn't a legitimately great person?
Well, I've heard some stuff. I'm not sure if it's believable, but I've heard some stuff.
Who could it be? Who could it be now?
Rick Moranis.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Rick Moranis is missing from this list.
Oh, what are some?
Like Rick Moranis could have taken Shaq's place. Sorry.
Okay.
James, shut up.
Tom Hanks could have replaced The Rock.
He's missing from the list. All right. So, how much more time?
I'm almost done.
Okay. Should I just keep going? Now we're gonna do the verses. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go back up to the top. Paul Rudd versus Tony Hawk.
Paul Rudd.
Rudd versus Tony Hawk.
Hawk.
What about you, Graveyard?
Paul Rudd.
Oh, Eric said, off out of topic. I recommend the new Tom Hanks movie, A Man Named Otto. Tom Hanks seems like Tom Hanks is like in everything right now. He was in that Elvis movie. He's in that. He was in another thing too.
Pinocchio.
He played the Colonel.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Felipe, I started watching the Elvis movie and I really couldn't get into it. But we watched The Searchers. The Searcher, it's an Elvis It's an Elvis documentary on HBO, and that one was really good. Okay, we have another one for Paul. One for Paul Rudd. The other one.
I'm gonna go with Paul Rudd.
Okay, and Philippe Paul Rudd. So we have 3 for Tony Hawk and 2 for Paul Rudd. Gonna go ahead and just call this one with Paul Rudd so we can move on. Wrap this up. You said you're done? Okay. All right. So we're just gonna have everything. We're gonna finish the right side of the bracket next week, where we'll find out who wins this side of the bracket between Jack Black and Brendan Fraser.
And whoever wins gets a chance to sponsor this podcast.
Yeah! All right, guys, check this out. So.
Nice.
And
Very
also,
cool.
I'm curious. We've done a couple of different angles with the cameras and stuff. Between and I'm just curious between like because Philippe's doing it the way that I was doing it. Like, does anybody have any feedback as far as like what they like about the camera angles or anything like that? I'd just be interested to know so I can bully Philippe.
Nobody cares, Jack.
Okay, nobody cares. Everyone have a great night. I personally like it this way because it's almost like you're like you're at an angle where like it's almost like point of view.
Mhm.
But that's just my personal opinion. I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
You're supposed to be here today.
I'm not even on the payroll.
I'm excited for this build to be complete.
It's going to be so cool.
I legit want to make one work now.
Yeah. Brought to you by Graveyard.
You have to put it up on the box. Otherwise, you're going to be looking down on people, and nobody wants that.
Look at this guy.
The face just like that, Phil. Leave it like that. Perfect.
Oh, it's so dark.
Oh, man. Got to go back to the gym tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Got to put that extra work in tomorrow.
Well, you want to switch track or you want to stay?
Nope. I'm the captain of this ship now.
All right. Well,
Ooh,
Look
La
at
Jack
me.
should
Look
outro
at
the
me.
show.
you go entire outro. Do it.
We got merch, people.
So there is a button that you can press.
No, I don't get. We got merch, people. We got T-shirts. We got hats, and we have shirts. I guess the hats are $35 each, or $30 if you want to buy 2. $5 for shipping. Free shipping if you live in the Sacramento area. The Rockcast merch. We have. Where are the?
The Rock didn't win tonight.
I need a hat.
He can't sponsor you, James. It's over.
Where? Oh. We have hats that look like this, but we do not have this color. We only have this is baller black, and we only have
Is that one for
Alex
sale?
gray. This is for a hefty price of $120.
Oh.
Anyways, and we have shirts. None of us are wearing the shirts tonight, but we do have them.
Still waiting on my distance nerding zip up hoodie.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, about that.
Shut it.
You got somebody developing it right now.
Nice.
That's exciting. That will be more. That will be more merch.
I need that in my life.
All right, just so you know, you need to have a shirt that has James holding a rock cardboard cutout as a shirt.
What else do we talk about? We talk about where we can find us on all the social medias, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitch, on OnlyFans. Our only picture of Aaron Watson and feet in mandals. I'm just going off memory here, people.
Love it. I love it.
Thank you for coming and hanging out with us and participating in our bracket. We will see you guys week. Oh, what schedule? Oh, catch us Mondays for the game streams from 8 to 12 p.m. and Tuesdays the download from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Thursdays catch us here for the build from 6 to 8 Pacific Standard Time.
Beautiful. All right.
See you all next week.
Shout out.
Oh, shout outs. Shout out. Who am I shouting out?
Force.
Oh.
Get yourself over.
Oh, yeah. Force. Do your elevator pitch.
Oh my God. Okay, really quick. Force Effect on YouTube, Force FX on Facebook, Force FX Saber Sounds on Instagram, Kyber Cave Productions. YouTube is where I am literally doing every freaking thing right now. And of course, pay attention to this fantastic show Tuesdays and Thursdays, where you'll hopefully find me there too. I'm everywhere and I do all the things. Like Aubrey, I wear all the hats. Not all of them.
Graveyard, put yourself over.
Yes, I'm Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pilot at Night Mostly podcast. You can find us anywhere you find your podcast. We drop it at midnight Tuesdays or Wednesday mornings, and you can find me over at Kyber Cave Productions on gaming, Retro Alcove, and Kyber Cave After Dark, and here on Thursdays, and when Destiny goes down on Tuesdays.
Freaking Destiny.
Oh, hi. I am La Jack, and I live in this house. You can find me on Instagram. Philippe, can you put up my handle, please? Try too harder.
Damn it.
I think it's like, I don't even know what my own thing is. I think it's like Lady Jack's Blue, or yeah, there you go, Lady Jack's Blue. I am private because there are yucky people out there, so I am on private. But if you follow Distance Nerding and you want to follow me as well, feel free to add me, and I will add you back. I don't really post anything really right now. I'm working on getting 3 of my stories edited, and I will post them somewhere. Right now I do have 3 edited, but one of them doesn't really fit with the others. But anyways, that's what I got going on. Phil, what are your pluggables?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see me at all. The lighting is terrible, and I'm super delayed.
Yes.
Mute yourself.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, can you guys hear me better?
Yes.
Yes.
Sweet. All right. I'm just trying to make sure there's not an echo. That's why I've had the mic turned off the entire time. But ladies and gentlemen, you know me and my boy. I am your boy, Young Phil. I was going to say my boy. I am your boy, Young Phil. I am your co-host to Distance Nerding. You can find us on all social medias, all the place that Jackie just mentioned a second ago, at Distance Nerding. Now, guys, you can buy us a taco. You know how you can get us a taco? All you got to do is go to distancenerding.com. Hit that buy us a taco button, and you can buy us a taco. Be a part of the taco party, like so many cool people ahead of you, right? You can get us tacos, and what do tacos do? That just helps us continue to do the show and get everything out for you. Now, one thing that we forgot to mention, ladies and gentlemen, you can head over to lucharillas.com. Oh yeah, and you can get some merch with Lucharillas. Guys, head over to Lucharillas. Support Lucharillas. They support the hell out of us, and we love everything that they do. They have the Distance Nerdorilla shirts, and then, of course, the bump boxes with the Distance Nerdorilla on it. So, guys, head over to lucharillas.com. Check that stuff out. Shout out to Eric Ruiz, because
My boy, I love you, brother. So with that all being said, Jackie, I hope your finger is ready on the pulse here. We're getting ready to do the dance party here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the dance party. Let's do it. Oh, the volume's probably not.
What? I don't know what to do.
Turn the fader on. Oh, because you're muted. No, and on. There we go.
There we go.
Distance nerding.
All right, everybody go to CyberCaveGaming.com right now. Go to YouTube channel, CyberCave.com.